Right, you little dickheads, I have something to say, and I've got something that you all need to fucking know. And you know what that is? You have been let down. Let down, I hear you say. And how have I been let down? Well, you have been let down by Onesie Burnett. Because I've been here. I've been doing all of my fucking TBU battles. Every single fucking one of them. And I've been doing, I've been battling and I've been team building. And Onesie Burnett's like, oh, yes, I will get the videos out to you. But what's he really been doing? Well, take a look for yourself. That's right, he's been doing a fucking musical. A musical! Fucking who turns down their duties as a Pokemon player to do a musical? What a twat! And you know what? I'm sick of it. So you know what I've done? Well, let's just say he's not going to be able to do a musical for a little while. Yeah, I kidnapped him. He's fucking in the corner of my room in a cage. And the only thing he's going to be able to do is play and record Pokemon battles. Yeah, because if you don't do your shit on time, Swagnet will fucking find you. And Swagnet is going to fucking kill you. Okay? Right. Now I'm gonna hand it over to Onesie Burnett because I'm sick and tired of talking. Oi! Dickhead! Fucking get over here. Okay. So I'm here now and Swagnet has kidnapped me and decided to force me to record these matches and comment over them. And quite frankly, I am very, very pressured right now. I don't want to do it because he will kill me. Nah, but in all seriousness, the reason I haven't really been uploading is honestly because I have a mix of uni commitments and people commitments that I haven't been able to stick to, alongside doing battles. I've been doing a musical called Honk. I've been doing a physical theatre show with the amazing Jill Roncarelli. I've been doing a secret project that I'm not allowed to say anything about. So I haven't had time to record anything for Keyed In. I haven't been able to record anything for my rap stuff. I haven't been able to do any parodies. I haven't been able to get any matches uploaded for anything. I haven't been able to do any of the stuff that I was wanting to do because musical theatre and acting and performing is my life. So I kind of have to put that first, especially when I'm paying £9,000 a year to do a course in drama and musical theatre. It'd be a bit of a bad thing if I didn't do drama and musical theatre. But now that Swagnet has kidnapped me, I'm kind of forced into, doing this. So, yeah, basically, this is week 1 of TBU. And when I say it's week 1 happened a long time ago. And by a long time ago, I mean 3 weeks ago. I'm currently on week 3, and this was the first match I played. I wasn't able to get a draft analysis up. So that's a bit of a shit one, so I'm gonna end up putting a thing of my team, like the full draft, probably on screen right now, just to let you know how it goes and what I've got and what I can bring. So I have a pretty interesting team, and as you can see from the team I've brought here, I have a Tapu Lele, so I already feel like I'm in a great position to, get into playoffs, so I'm feeling pretty good. So this is week 1 against the amazing Skyrander. All of his links and stuff will be down in the description. He's an absolute legend in draft format, one of the few people who I had heard about before I started playing draft format, so that's always a plus. There were about 7 or 8 people that I'd started to watch before I started playing draft format. That number might be a bit inconsistent because I don't remember them all off the top of my head, but I remember Skyrander was one of them. And his draft was scary as hell. There will be another link to what that was, probably up on your screen right now. So yeah, he had a very, very interesting team to choose from, and there were a couple of things that I didn't think were going to come, such as Roselia and Blastoise. And then I realised as soon as we got into team preview, he brought Roselia and Blastoise. I had no idea what Roselia was there for. I assumed it was some kind of hazard stacking variant to deal with Cobalion. I assumed it was there to soak up Volt Switches and Water-type moves from Lantern. But apart from that, I didn't really see what else it did against my team at this point. But yeah, the team I decided to bring for this one was your typical Volt Switch, Close Combat, Iron Head, Stealth Rock Cobalion with max attack, max speed, timid nature. I brought a Strange Lantern, which was a mix of physically defensive and a bit of speed. So it had enough speed. No, I think it was max HP, max speed. I'm not sure. I'll make sure I put the full team down in the description with a bit more analysed thought. I had a Dragonite, which was Dragon Dance 3 attacks. One of those attacks being Aqua Jet, in case he decided to bring a Tyranitar to give his excadrill double speed. I had a Dugtrio, which was, I think it was Focus Sash. I'm not too sure. It will be down in the description anyway. Probably Choice Banded, probably Focus Sash, one of the two. And I had Tapu Lele, who was Life Orb 3 attacks, Aromatherapy, and a physically defensive Porygon 2 to deal with Excadrill. And the team he brought was magnezone, Buzzwole, which, now I look at it, Buzzwole did so much work against my draft. It was obvious that it was coming. Probably haven't prepared for it as well as I could have, but I figured that I have Tapu Lele, who, if Buzzwole even wants to come in, Tapu Lele just comes straight in and either kills something or gets massive damage away on something. And I have Dragonite, who can pretty much threaten it out if it doesn't carry, I think, Ice Punch. And yeah, this was, I think, my 3rd Gen 7 Draft League battle. So I was still a bit unsure of what I can do. And yeah, so let's just make sure that we can get into this match so I can show you exactly what happened in week 1 of the Battle Union against Skyrender and his Scandanavian Stoutlands. Because this is a good match. A really good match. I'm just going to turn my sound down a little bit, which is going to be very unprofessional because it's going to pop up on screen, but I don't want the double reverb. Anyway, Skyrender is sending out a challenge, and Skyrender sends out Dynamos, which is his Magnezone, which probably is his best lead. And I send out with probably my best lead, the Cobalion. So he's going to withdraw straight away, and I was thinking if he's Scarfed, he's just going to Volt Switch into something anyway, so I might as well go for the damage and go for Close Combat, just in case for some reason he stayed in and attacked me. But he switches out into Roselia, which... this damage kind of proved to me it was some kind of physically defensive variant, probably Toxic Spikes. So I thought, you know what, I don't want to stay in and take, like, I don't want to stay in against this thing. I'd rather put some more offensive pressure against it. So I Volt Switch on out, and I go into my boy Kolarov, my boy Dragonite. And yeah, I thought, you know what, let's just do it. Let's just go into Dragonite, and let's set up just to put some fear into him early game. It does reveal the Toxic Spikes, which is going to be bad news for the rest of the game, really bad news. So yeah, he's going to withdraw the Roselia, probably like scared of the Flying Z move, the Supersonic Sky Strike. But I'm going to go for a Dragon Dance. And that's going to be pretty interesting, because now there's a Gardevoir here who probably didn't want to switch in, because I could have the Iron Head, but I'm not carrying the Iron Head this game. If you look down in the description, you'll see the team. I'm not carrying it. So I don't want to stay in and take a Moonblast, so instead I'm going to make an interesting play and switch into my Porygon to like trace the traced Multiscale so that I can take this Moonblast and then try and get a Thunder Wave off on it. And that does absolutely nothing because of Multiscale. Obviously next turn it's going to do double, but I can just recover up. So he's going to withdraw his Gardevoir, knowing that he doesn't want to get this thing paralyzed, which kind of probably reveals to me that it's Scarf or some kind of offensive variant. And I predict him to go into Roselia, and I go back out into my Cobalion thinking that I can, you know, I can Iron Head it and probably kill it with a couple more. So I predict him to switch out and go for my Stealth Rocks, a good chance to get them up because Buzzwole doesn't appreciate the Stealth Rocks. And he goes for Synthesis. So now I'm like, oh, well, I could stay in and go for a couple of Iron Heads while he chips me down, or I could Volt Switch on out and make an offensive play. Because I assume at this point that he's probably going to want to get his second layer of Toxic Spikes up so that, you know, Porygon 2 can be on a timer. So while he does that, I'm going to try and get some offensive pressure off, and I'm going to go into my Tapu Lele, which was probably the worst thing I could possibly have done at this point. because as you see, he predicts it perfectly and pops a sludge bomb onto my ass. And that damage pretty much guarantees that Tapu Lele can attack once before dying. So I have to make a prediction. Is he staying in? Is he going out? I don't think he's staying in. I go for a Shadow Ball, trying to predict the Gardevoir coming in. And he goes into magnezone, which is going to take the Shadow Ball. Not very well, because it's a crit, but it takes it. And unfortunately, Tapu Lele's Life Orb takes it down to a point where the poison's going to kill it. And Roselia has killed my Tapu Lele, and that's just absolutely shit, because now Buzzwole is going to crap on me. I have nothing for this Buzzwole. I'm going to have to play very well to try and keep it out, like to keep Buzzwole from like destroying me. So I go into my Beau Brummie, my Dugtrio, and he's going to pull the switch into the Buzzwole because he has the Shed Shell on his Magnezone, and I'm going to go for Sucker Punch, not knowing he has the Shed Shell. Now I'm Choice Banded into Sucker Punch, and this is going from bad to worse. At this point, I have no idea how I can pull this down from a 6-0. I don't know how I can kill anything, so I decide to sacrifice away my Porygon 2 because I have nothing to kill this Buzzwole. He's going to go for a Leech Life, which, as you can see, it's just going to get him a bit of health back. All of that health that he took from the Stealth Rocks. And now Buzzwole's sitting in front of me, and I'm going to have to play like a madman. So what I do here, I just let him kill my Porygon 2, trying to work out what kind of fighting stab he has, and he shows me that he actually has the superpower, which gives me a little bit of an opening, because I can still sweep with Dragonite now. I can sweep with Dragonite if I play my cards correctly. So, what I'm going to do, as the Psychic Terrain goes away, so now he can use priority moves on me, I'm going to go into Kolarov, because even if he has the Ice Punch, I can live one at full health, Dragon Dance up in his face, and I can potentially get the sweep. So I thought that he would be scared of my Z move, and he's going to go for the Ice Punch, which I am going to live because he's at -1, and I've got Multiscale. I only just live it though. He's not actually at -1 because of Beast Boost, but he's at neutral, and I can live it because of Multiscale. So he's going to then switch out into the Magnezone, I think as Death Fodder, takes Stealth Rock damage. This isn't going to live a Dragon Claw, so I've pulled this down from a 6-0 already. Very clever play from him to bring out the Buzzwole and keep that thing around a reasonable amount of HP. And he's going to go into the Gardevoir, which was an awkward switch because I don't know what this thing's set is. I don't know if it's Scarf or not. And at this point, it didn't matter if it was Scarf because he only had 248 EVs, I think he told me, in the speed, and even if he had 252, I want a speed tie, so that's a bit unfortunate. But yeah, Dragonite's killed the Gardevoir, and now we're looking a bit more comfortable. I need my Dragonite around, and I cannot kill this Mega Blastoise, so I have to go out into something to take the hit and threaten it out. So my Lantern comes in, easy switch, easiest switch of my life. Like, Lantern takes hits from Mega Blastoise all day, any day, unless it's max attack, unless it's max special attack, and goes for like, I don't know, like a Dark Pulse or something, but he goes for an Ice Beam, and that's not really going to do anything. It does like maybe a fifth of my health, and my leftovers are going to make, like, kind of nullify the poison a little bit, and he doesn't really have anything that wants to switch into this guy, so I'm going to pause it right here, because as you can see, in just a second, he's going to withdraw. Now, he had two options that he could go into. He could either, well, I say two options he could go into. He had two options he could really take. He could stay in and risk me going for the Thunderbolt or the Volt Switch and gain momentum, or he can go out into Excadrill and predict my electric move. And at this point, Skyrender is not the type of person that is going to play defensively, and Mega Blastoise seems like it should be staying in at this point. It can outspeed me and take a couple of hits. But I've been quite clever with my EVs on Lantern, and I've given it enough speed to outspeed both Buzzwole, if it doesn't have speed investment, and Mega Blastoise, if it doesn't have speed investment. So I know that I can kill this Mega Blastoise 1v1, and I know that the Excadrill coming in seems very likely, because if he predicts that and goes into Excadrill, he kills something on my team. So what he's going to do is he's going to pull out the switch, And he's going to go into his excadrill right here. And I've predicted this, and I've gone for the Scald, which is absolutely fantastic. Mold Breaker, it doesn't matter, because I'm going straight for that Scald. As you can see, not going to be enough to bag the KO. Nearly does. Don't get the burn. And yeah, we're going to have to pause it again here. Because after this Leftovers goes out, and the Poison goes out, I'll just keep it there around for there. After this happens, what's going to happen now is we're left with two choices. Once again, another two-choice scenario. And these are the kinds of things that I've been trying to work on how to do 50-50 plays a lot better. So he's got two options here. He can either kill my Lantern, I can predict him and go into my Dragonite, I can go into, I think, what do I have left at this point? I'm not too sure, but I can go into something else, or he can take this opportunity to Stealth Rock or Rapid Spin. And for the longevity of the game, I feel like he's going to Rapid Spin at this point, because everything that he has left kind of takes a bit of damage from Stealth Rock, or he's going to, he's going to set up Stealth Rocks of his own. I don't think he's attacking me here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the ballsy prediction, and I'm going to stay in, and I'm going to go for a Scald, as he proves me correct and goes for his Stealth Rock. Not quite the Rapid Spin, quite a clever play on his part, because it means that Dragonite almost dies now upon re-entry. Bit of a miscalculation on his part, because he couldn't see my full EV, he couldn't see my full HP stat, but it does mean that Lantern managed to take out the excadrill, which is an amazing, amazing thing. Because now the excadrill's gone, that's one big offensive threat on his side gone. I'm having to play very offensively here to keep myself in the game. He's going to go out into the Roselia, because it's an annoyance. I know I outspeed this thing. I can get a free Volt Switch away. And by this point, I've pretty much guaranteed and certified that this is a physically defensive Roselia. And I win a 1v1 against this thing with my Cobalion, because I will get Iron Head flinches and I will be able to take this thing down. Obviously, he could get lucky and keep, just chipping me away with his Giga Drain and Synthesis stall me, but I don't think he wins this matchup. So we're just going to keep fishing for Iron Heads for a little bit. And this is about 2 or 3 turns where it's Giga Draining and then Synthesising me. So let's talk about the state of the game. He has a Roselia, he has a Buzzwole, and I think his last mon is Mega Blastoise, which he kept around. So we're in a bad position. Buzzwole eats me alive. I have nothing to deal with Buzzwole. I have to really, really play well to get Buzzwole to do, to get Buzzwole to go down. At this point, I don't think I can get Buzzwole to go down. Simply because I'd need so many Iron Head flinches and so many Dragon Dances to take it down that I really, really think I've lost this game. I have one chance, and that is to try and get this Buzzwole to superpower something so it can, take Life Orb damage and get itself low enough that I can revenge it. So we'll go for an Iron Head here on the switch. And I go for a Volt Switch here because I need to sacrifice something off. It's probably going for a Leech Seed. I've got it down pretty low. It's almost within range of a Dragon Claw. So I go out into Beau, the thing with the least amount of HP left on my team. The thing that's doing absolutely nothing to a Buzzwole because it doesn't have the moves. I didn't pack the Aerial Ace like I should have. And he goes for Roost. Ugh. And my heart sank there. My heart sank because I'm like, how on earth am I supposed to keep this thing low enough to, actually hurt me? But I have worked out its full moveset. It's got Roost, Leech Life, Ice Punch, and Superpower. So I know he's pretty much just going to be attacking me with Leech Life. I know he's got Superpower to hurt my Cobalion. So I need to sacrifice Cobalion at some point to a Superpower to allow Dragonite to come in and revenge it. So he's going to get the Beast Boost, the attack boost, and that's a bit shit. But I do know that I outspeed this thing. I do know that I outspeed the Buzzwole with Lantern. I know I can get a Thunderbolt off. I know it's going to do a decent chunk, but I decide to go for a Scald, hoping and praying for the burn. Get the burn here, I have a chance. I don't get the burn. So he's going to Leech Life. I think it kills from that range. It does kill. It gives him a cheeky 50 health back, and it's just not going well for me right now. Buzzwole pretty much is going to destroy the rest of my team. But I have a plan. Right, I'm going to pause it here. because I'm going to send out Cobalion. And I know he can't leech Life my Cobalion because I will kill it with Iron Heads. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go in and sacrifice Cobalion, which is a very, very risky play because I don't know if this can win me the game anymore. I think the game is lost at this point, but I have one more chance. I need to get into Dragonite to kill this Buzzwole, and then I need to pray for the biggest of crits against the Mega Blastoise, because I've worked out that he's... I don't think it's going to matter, but I think I can have a chance if I can get a crit against the Blastoise. So what's going to happen is I'm going to go into Cobalion and let him superpower my Cobalion to lower his defense. So that's what's going to happen. I outspeed him, I can go for an Iron Head or a Volt Switch, and I can get some damage off. I decide to go for the Iron Head, hoping for a flinch, hoping to get a bit more off. He goes for the Superpower, which is going to take out Cobalion. It's going to lower his defense, and it's also going to leave him within a decent enough range for my Dragonite to finish it off with a Dragon Claw. So what I'm going to do right here, right now, is going to go into Kolarov and try and make my move. I know I can live one Stealth Rock switch in. I do, on 6 health. I'm gonna go for a Dragon Claw because I can't risk him going for an Ice Punch and killing me. We get the crit, which does matter because I think the Buzzwole lives at that point. But he's got his Roselia, which if I had Roost, I could Roost up against it, and I could probably win this game. But I have the Aqua Jet instead of the Roost, and my Dragon Claw is not going to kill this Roselia, and that's going to be the game. A very, very good game. A very tactical game. A very well-played game, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I may not have won, I may not have got the result that I wanted, but it's a game that I thoroughly enjoyed. I had so much fun playing it, and it was a game against someone who I've been watching for a long time. I played pretty badly. I made one switch that really kind of messed me up. I didn't prepare for Buzzwole well enough, but after Tapu Lele went down, I feel like I did my best just as damage limitation. And I've managed to pull a 6-0 down to a 2-0 with the help of a crit. So I can't be too upset with how this game went. I've managed to I've limit the damage that I could have done to myself, kept my differential quite low, and it's given me a very good foundation for the rest of the season. Now, one big thing that I must point out is that before the game, I had the option of making a bench trade, and I had both Tapu Lele and Mega Alakazam on the bench because of limitations to drafts, because of TBU's awkward drafting rules, which they're both clever and they're both very restrictive. So it's a bit of a mixed bag, but I had both Tapu Lele and Mega Alakazam. I could only bring one of them to this game, and I think I made the wrong choice. I decided not to bring Mega Alakazam. I decided that Tapu Lele would be better for this matchup, and that was probably the wrong decision because Mega Alakazam outsped his entire team and one-shotted or two-shotted every single thing he could possibly have brought against me. I thought that Tapu Lele could do the same. I thought that the Psychic Surge would mean that I can 1v1 like his entire team, and in theory I could have outsped everything on this team except for the Gardevoir, which couldn't have one-shotted me in return with a Shadow Ball unless it was Specs. And I let it go down early game, and that was the big mistake for me. I should have brought Mega Alakazam instead of Tapu Lele. I shouldn't have switched in Tapu Lele on the Roserade, and that cost me this match. Skyrander, credit to him, played a bit defensively, to be honest, which is very unlike him because I know how much of an offensive player he is. I had him on the back foot offensive-wise. Like, attack-wise, I felt like until Tapu Lele went down, I had him very pressured. He was having to play quite defensively. Buzzwole couldn't come in freely because of my Volt switching around, and he just happened to catch me on the right one in the right time. So, credit to Skyrander, lovely bloke, absolutely love talking to him, is an absolute gentleman, and I think you should go and watch his stuff if you don't already. If you're coming from him, then yeah. Hi, I'm Wanzi, and I'm a very, very strange person, but yeah, we're going to go into week 2, 0-1 with a -2 differential, but next week we're up against Ethan, Redithan, a newcomer to the league. and it's a team that I've had my sights on for a long time. So, yeah, should be an interesting match. And it will probably be uploaded the day after this one, because I'm having to try and bulk 3 videos out in a very short space of time. So yeah, this should be very interesting, and I hope you stick around to enjoy it, and I will see you guys in the next video. See you later, guys. Bye-bye.